The morning dog fights. We are now into that time of year where things are growing and we just got to keep an eye on it. We finished spraying corn yesterday. Dad did some checking on the soybeans. As hot and dry as it's been, we're gonna wait a little bit on soybeans. They don't have a ton of weeds coming yet anyway. So right now, our number one responsibility is that we have about 50,000 loads, 50,000 bushels, 55 loads of corn to get hauled in. Look at that, fresh and expensive turbo. So the turbo was from the job a month ago. What was wrong with this truck recently was actually the fuel lines. Apparently the fuel lines on the inside had gotten weak and somehow were allowing some air to come through so that it couldn't keep up with the fuel system because it was cavitating. So we had the Peterbilt dealer put all new fuel lines on. Trucks, man, maintenance. Ew. Things are really starting to green up around here a lot. The crops are doing pretty good right now. We definitely do need a rain, that's for sure. But overall, nothing's burning up yet, unless you get to the really light spots. But we've had a lot of heat lately. The other day, just a few days ago, it was 101 degrees here, but it was only 18% humidity, which is crazy low for us this time of year. I didn't honestly think it felt that bad, but we had 30-mile-an-hour winds with it. Everything is starting to become bone dry. So I'm happy to see how green things actually are getting. We've got several loads here to deliver to our local co-op. We also have several loads to deliver to one of the ethanol plants we go to frequently. So we're going to be running as many loads as we can to both. And then by the end of the month, we should be way down there where we don't hardly have any corn left in the bins. Do you need a very strong, extremely good-looking man to put a heavy camper hitch on your Suburban?
Yes.
I'll look for one.
It's not that I couldn't do it myself. I could, but I just had my gallbladder removed. I'm not supposed to lift things.
So you could do it yourself, but you're not supposed to lift things because you just had your gallbladder removed. No. She just wants to stare at the good-looking guy putting it in. Women are so shallow. It's handled.
Would you also like to install those? Always, the phone.
Always. And take 3, action. It's handled.
Great. Would you also like to install my Simply Safe cameras today? The one on the driveway for sure, and maybe another one on like the cement portion of the driveway?
You need more Simply Safe cameras.
Yes.
Okay. When I get a chance. Always more cameras. For now, I'm gonna load a truck and diagnose an issue. Lance, I'm at the truck now, okay? Simple enough. That's off. It's been holding right around 100 pounds on both gauges, so yeah, 110 both. And it's not doing it. I don't think, it's still, let me check here. Yeah, it's not coming out that exhaust port. I do not. There's no air coming out of either end there. Just had to diagnose and understand air brakes a little bit better. We're good. nicer in the AC. Yeah, we have a truck with air conditioning that works now. I'm here to set up your new SimpliSafe camera.
Sure.
How many monkeys does it take to open an outdoor camera box?
No monkeys.
Just one.
Just one.
And we're here. Now this is our sign that we put up about a year ago. Unfortunately, we felt the need to.
SimpliSafe is an incredibly effective, reliable home security system that will make sure you feel safe at home. If you've been feeling worried about safety, but putting off dealing with it, you don't have to wait another minute. SimpliSafe makes it really easy to secure your home. You just order it online or over the phone. It's delivered right to your door. And you can set it up yourself in under an hour. From there, your home is professionally monitored 24/7. If anything happens, they'll make sure the police get called. They've got lots of sensors to cover every window, room, and door, plus lots of great extras like water sensors, temperature sensors, and cameras. It's all really easy to use, and you get around-the-clock protection for just 50 cents a day with no contracts.
I gotta go wake up Tate for baseball because he fell asleep and slept in.
You gotta go wake up the neighbor to take him to baseball? To ride with him to baseball?
Yeah.
Okay, have fun. Wish I could go play some baseball. Look at that little feller. That's a deadly one. There we go. Now we got another camera on this highly secured property. If you guys are interested in a system for yourself, check out this link right here. Also in the description, make sure you use the link. It's gonna help you out, it's gonna help me out. Works out good for everybody, right? I decided to hit up the ethanol plant this time. I swear I did not write that. But I definitely wonder who Rod is. I hate when the engine fan kicks in right when I'm trying to take a video with one hand and shift with the other while steering with my knee. Liquid fertilizer, side dressing. Don't see that too often up here. And repeat. Apparently we're down to the bottom of this bin, so I'm gonna go back there and see if we can open the door and check on that. Maybe we gotta start the sweep. Look at that. Since that one needs the sweep going, but I only have a little bit left to fill in the truck, I'm gonna take it out of a different bin rather than get it going because it's way, way back there. And I dang well know that I will overfill the truck and end up with corn on the ground if I try to do that. You done with baseball?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Good.
Did you win?
What's the game?
Did you win in practice and in life in general?
Sure.
It's a little breezy out now.
Yeah.
Alright, the GSI is down to the sweep.
It is already?
And I started it for a second, but then I had to shut it off because all the sumps opened up and started running again.
Okay.
But I didn't run it long enough to get the sweep fully going because the truck was dang near full, so I just switched and took out of the wet bin.
Okay.
Fan keeps running all day. Makes it hard to shift, particularly left-handed while holding a camera. Go ahead.
I did start the sweep and I ran a little bit of corn out of there, not much. There's maybe half a truckload left in the wet bin. And I also pulled the cover off the wet bin through the wet corn conveyor. And everything looks good in there. It just looks like it's at too steep an angle. The corn is not going up with the conveyor. It's rolling back on top pretty fast.
Well, that guy from Whitcomb's, when he was out here, he said at that angle they're supposed to have a divider in there so the top and bottom are separate so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah. He said it's at too much of an angle. I suppose it worked for wet corn so that wouldn't roll over the top of the conveyor as fast.
And, as you know, repeat the process. Well, I'm loaded up again, but I've got a couple very important things to do. Number one is scout some cornfields with FBN Todd over there. Number two, I got to work on a race car. We're going racing tomorrow, so I mean, how do you expect to do that? I mean, you can't be hauling corn all the time if you're going to be racing. You know what I mean? Whoa! Look at that! 100 degrees. It doesn't feel like 100 degrees. I mean, it's hot out, but 100? Yeah, it's 100 degrees out according to the Weather Channel app. But I think the difference is it's only 34% humidity, which for us is pretty crazy low, especially in June. I've learned one thing this week. I would much rather have it be 100 degrees and 30% humidity than 90 degrees and 90% humidity. That is a much more miserable situation. Look at these guys. They are truly outstanding in their field. Dad joke. Look at that thing is rooted so good, Todd can't get it out of the ground. You ended up just breaking it off.
I did, I just broke it off.
Well, it's kind of crazy, but when we dig up the corn, it actually looks pretty good. For as dry as we are, it looks much better than it should. And it's pretty obvious when you start digging that the roots have been going down really deep the whole time. You start working around trying to get the whole plant out, and pretty soon you just end up breaking the roots off to get them out because they're down there so deep. So it's still finding moisture somewhere with those deep roots, so that's a good thing. Now it's time for the important work. We got to get ready to go racing. Thanks for watching.